Hey, ladies and gents, this is Izdoiz coming at you with a review of Attlus The Conqueror. Attlus is Attila's brother. And let me read the bio for you real quick. It says, Attlus the Conqueror. Attlus the Conqueror was banished by the army of Laodiceus after renouncing his claim to lead those very soldiers. His younger brother Attila was chosen to lead the army, while Attlus roamed the wastelands of Mythos, forming a battalion of his own. The noble bear, as Attlus is known, trained his band of outcasts and renegades to defend their homes against the rising tide of evil forces, poisoning their lands. Attlus. Okay, we've already seen Attila, his brother, and Attlus, it looks like more of a down-to-earth barbarian, savage man of the people. He doesn't have that over-the-top line armor. He seems less douchey for some reason. So Attila is supposed to be the beloved leader, but the cool thing about this figure is that just by looking at it, it kind of tells you a story. And in my mind, Attlus is the real good guy. And Attila is the douche. So I think there's a sibling rivalry going on there. I'm not sure why Attlus left the army of Laodiceus, why he was banished, why he gave up why he gave up leadership of that. But just by looking at him, I'm going to make some assumptions, and that's because he's so visually interesting. One cool thing about him is that he's not bilaterally symmetrical, and that he is not the same on the right side and the left side. His left side has this spiky orc armor and this gauntlet and all these ridges and spikes, and his right side has this more civilized armor and a silver gauntlet. So that kind of in and of itself tells a story about him. He also has a scar again on his right eye, so he's blind in that eye. So I don't know if he's struggling to dress himself or if he's struggling deep inside between good and evil. And that's kind of the impression that I get just by the way he's dressed. He's got a evil barbaric loincloth. He's got evil orc-type boots, so maybe the evil is winning out at this point. And that's why he's blind in one eye, and in his good side, which is his right side. But anyway, it just makes for a fascinating type character. I really love the way this guy is sculpted. The beard is, and the hair just look windblown and windswept, and man, I wish I could grow a beard like that. He's got just wonderfully sculpted hair and the ponytail, and he's sort of like the antithesis of everything that his brother is. His brother with his golden lion armor. So anyway, I think I'm partial to Attlus over Attila. So mark me down for Team Attlus. I don't know what the teams mean, but I'm guessing these guys are going to be pitted against each other at some point. He's got this super cool sword. He's got this very wicked-looking axe that you've seen before. He's got a dagger. So nobody messes with Attlus. I decided to put this rubber band across his chest that way, but you can configure it differently. You can take one pauldron off or not. This is the backside, and this to me just seems like the character that this barbarian buck was made for. Yeah, it works great for orcs and all that, but it just, I wonder if this is the character that Eric Treadaway sculpted first. I'd be curious because everything about him, his look is so cohesive and so cool. And I love the mishmash of the armor. I've got a couple of other figures out here to compare him to. This one here is sculpted by Eric Treadaway for the Masters of the Universe line. And he is sort of a, well, I don't know what his name is, but he is what I call the Conan of that line. So, you know, barbarian to barbarian, face to face. It's really cool. It doesn't get much better than that. And I think if they were in the same mythos, that they would be fighting together as part of that band of outcasts and renegades. So that's a comparison to him. Another one of my figures, my favorite figures, is this Legendary Heroes Conan, who is more Marvel Legends scale, so he's smaller, but still very, very cool. Compare and contrast there. I'm going to have to say that Attlus is one of my favorite figures now that I have them out of the package. You know, I'm just a sucker for the storytelling aspect in his whole outfit, and maybe the dichotomy between good and evil, you know, yin and yang, all that different stuff, and maybe he's struggling with those, and the conflict makes for an interesting character. I can't wait to hear what role he plays in the mythos, and I know there's going to be a comic book coming out, I think as part of the art book that the Four Horsemen put out, and I can't wait to read that and see that and learn more about the character. But in the meantime, he's going to be leading this band of barbarians in adventures, at least in my world and in my mythos. So that's my review of Attlus the Conqueror.